Hello everyone and welcome to my Beyond the Gates CBS Update 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Leah pushes Grayson into a dangerous new role while Joey finally connects the dots. Chaos is spreading across Fairmont Crest faster than ever, and the latest Beyond the Gates fallout proves nobody is safe once secrets start colliding. Between Joey Armstrong getting closer to exposing the plasma ring investigation, Leah Whitmore tightening her grip on Grayson Perez, and Ashley Morgan realizing just how deep this nightmare goes, the pressure is becoming unbearable for nearly everyone involved. Meanwhile, Bill Hamilton's past comes roaring back at the worst possible time. Chelsea nearly explodes on a reporter, and Smitty finds himself one step closer to being exposed. Every storyline suddenly feels connected, and the danger level inside the DMV just skyrocketed. Joey finally starts putting the pieces together. Joey Armstrong has spent weeks sensing that something suspicious was happening around him, but now he's finally beginning to see the outline of the bigger picture. Unfortunately for Smitty, that means the journalist's secret investigation may not stay hidden much longer. After Randy followed Smitty and discovered his suspicious motel meetings, Joey immediately jumped to the wrong conclusion. In classic Joey fashion, he assumed Jacob operating undercover as Rashad was secretly working as an escort. The misunderstanding would almost be funny if the situation surrounding the plasma ring wasn't so deadly. Still, Joey confronting Smitty directly changes everything. For the first time, Smitty realizes Joey is actively watching him. That alone creates a massive problem because Joey doesn't let things go once his curiosity gets triggered. Even worse, Joey is emotionally invested now because Vanessa has pulled him deeper into the Dupree orbit, meaning the plasma ring investigation could suddenly become personal. The tension during Joey and Smitty's verbal showdown was impossible to ignore. Joey clearly wanted answers, while Smitty desperately tried protecting Jacob's undercover operation without revealing too much. But every second of that conversation pushed them closer toward disaster. Then Elon accidentally made things worse. One careless conversation later, and Joey suddenly learns enough to realize Smitty and Jacob are investigating something much bigger than secret motel hookups. The second Joey hears hints about the blood ring operation, the entire dynamic shifts. Now, Joey isn't merely suspicious, he's interested. That is terrifying. Because Joey Armstrong never approaches information casually. He collects leverage, he stores favors, he weaponizes secrets. If he fully uncovers the plasma ring operation before Jacob can shut it down properly, the entire investigation could collapse overnight. Even worse, Joey may start viewing this situation as an opportunity rather than a threat. And that could place Smitty, Jacob, Ashley, and Grayson directly in the crosshairs. Leah Whitmore tightens her control. Dr. Leah Whitmore continues proving she may be one of the most dangerous people in Fairmont Crest. Every week reveals another layer of manipulation, and she's now operating almost completely without fear. What makes Leah so frightening isn't merely her intelligence, it's how calmly she weaponizes power against vulnerable people. Grayson Perez has become the perfect victim for her operation. He's desperate, financially trapped, emotionally exhausted, terrified for his mother, and now after being stabbed by Renan, he's physically vulnerable too. Leah understands exactly how to exploit every weakness he has. That became painfully obvious once Ashley confronted Grayson about the plasma ring. Instead of allowing Grayson even a second to breathe, Leah escalated the pressure immediately. She watched Ashley and Grayson carefully at the hospital, analyzed their behavior, and quickly realized Ashley might become a problem. So what does Leah do? She forces Grayson deeper into the operation. Her newest demand is horrifying. Grayson must begin stealing plasma directly from the clinic while volunteering there. That assignment completely changes the stakes. Before, Grayson operated mainly as a courier trapped inside the system. Now Leah is forcing him into direct theft operations connected to Derek's clinic. meaning Ashley's entire professional world could become contaminated too. Leah intentionally chose this path because it increases control over everybody involved. If Grayson gets caught, Ashley becomes vulnerable. If Ashley helps him, she risks her career. If Derek discovers the truth, chaos erupts. And if Jacob moves too aggressively, Leah may retaliate before the police can finish building their case. She's essentially building a web where every single person becomes compromised. Ashley realizes the truth is worse than she imagined. Ashley Morgan spent weeks defending Grayson against Derek's suspicions, but now reality is finally crashing down around her. The stabbing changed everything. Seeing Grayson bleeding on her doorstep forced Ashley into survival mode instantly. Suddenly, this wasn't about jealous exes, uncomfortable suspicions, or vague red flags anymore. This became life or death. And despite everything, Ashley still chose Grayson. That decision says a lot. Even after learning he was tied to criminal activity, Ashley protected him instead of turning him in. She hid him, treated his injuries, lied for him, risked her nursing career, risked her freedom. But what makes this storyline especially painful is that Ashley now understands Derek was right about some things. Grayson really was hiding dangerous secrets. Yet Ashley also sees something Derek never fully understood. Grayson isn't evil, he's drowning. That emotional complexity is what makes the situation devastating for Ashley. She isn't dealing with a manipulative villain pretending to be good. She's dealing with a frightened man who made catastrophic decisions while trying to survive. Unfortunately, compassion may destroy her. Ashley helping Smitty sneak around Nicole's office proves how quickly she's becoming entangled in the investigation herself. She's no longer merely Grayson's girlfriend standing on the sidelines. She's actively participating now. And Leah definitely noticed. The slap scene between Ashley and Grayson may have temporarily fooled Leah, but it also exposed how dangerous the situation has become psychologically. Ashley had to publicly humiliate the man she cares about simply to keep him alive. That's the kind of pressure that eventually breaks people. Bill Hamilton's past returns to haunt him. Just when Bill thought his problems with Haley, Lynette, and Danny were already spiraling out of control, Mike Davis suddenly reappears. And the timing could not be worse. Mike represents everything Bill wanted: buried permanently scandal, embarrassment, professional failure, and legal liability. Their history involving the sexual harassment accusations nearly destroyed Bill's law firm reputation before. Now Mike is back and representing Hazel Harcourt against Madison Montgomery. That alone is catastrophic. But Mike clearly isn't interested in quietly handling a malpractice lawsuit. He wants war. His strategy immediately reveals that he intends to destroy Madison publicly while bleeding Bill's firm dry financially. Demanding $40 million sends a message instantly. Mike isn't negotiating softly. He's attacking. And because he already knows Bill personally, he understands exactly how to provoke him emotionally. That gives Mike a dangerous advantage moving forward. Chelsea and Madison's confrontation with the aggressive reporter only confirms how ugly this lawsuit is about to become. Mike weaponizing the media demonstrates that he plans to win through intimidation as much as legal strategy. That could create massive complications for Naomi too. Working with Bill on Madison's case already placed Naomi in an emotionally awkward position. But if Mike starts exposing old firm scandals publicly, Naomi could get dragged into a deeply uncomfortable legal and family war simultaneously. Chelsea continues refusing to stay quiet. Chelsea Hamilton remains one of the few people aggressively challenging the nonsense surrounding Bill and Haley. Unlike Naomi, who sometimes hesitates emotionally, Chelsea attacks situations directly. That's becoming increasingly important because Bill still refuses to fully acknowledge how suspicious Haley's behavior has become. Chelsea knocking the reporter's phone away at Orphe Jeans perfectly captured her current emotional state. She's exhausted by manipulation, media chaos, and people trying to intimidate her family. And honestly, she may be one of the only people seeing the larger picture clearly. Chelsea never trusted Hailey completely. She's consistently questioned her motives, her timing, and her behavior around Bill. Now, with financial irregularities, Lynette drama, and Bill's growing paranoia piling up, Chelsea's instincts appear more accurate every week. The problem is that Bill still isn't fully ready to hear it. Even when evidence keeps appearing, Bill remains emotionally trapped between suspicion and denial. He wants to believe Hailey loves him genuinely because accepting the alternative would destroy his ego completely. That emotional blind spot may become deadly, because Hailey's actions continue growing more alarming. Hailey's lies are becoming harder to maintain. Hailey Lawson keeps surviving by improvising quickly, but the cracks are multiplying everywhere. Her disappearing money explanation barely satisfied Bill. Her connection to Lynette keeps resurfacing. Tomas continues investigating aggressively. Naomi distrusts her. Chelsea openly challenges her. And Bill's accountant already uncovered suspicious financial behavior. The walls are clearly closing in. Yet Hailey still behaves like somebody convinced she can manipulate her way through every crisis indefinitely. That confidence might become her downfall because Bill is finally starting to examine details more carefully. His request for deeper financial analysis was especially significant. That means Bill is no longer accepting surface explanations automatically. Once forensic accountants start digging deeper, Hailey could lose control very quickly. And if Bill ever learns the full truth about the poisoning suspicions surrounding those mysterious drinks and supplements, everything explodes. Nicole's love triangle keeps getting more complicated. While Fairmont Crest collapses around them, Nicole Dupree somehow remains trapped between Carlton Fitzgerald and Kiel Rollins. At this point, the situation almost feels impossible to untangle cleanly because both men clearly bring different emotional needs out of her. Carlton represents familiarity, stability, and emotional history. Their scenes together still carry warmth and comfort despite the tension from recent misunderstandings. Kiel, meanwhile, brings excitement and chemistry that Nicole struggles resisting. And unfortunately for her, both men clearly know the competition exists now. The playful tension between Carlton and Kiel during their latest interaction may have looked harmless on the surface, but underneath the humor sits genuine rivalry. Neither man wants to fully back away. Which means Nicole eventually must choose. The problem is that Nicole herself may not know what she truly wants yet. Vanessa is sliding deeper into Joey's world. Vanessa McBride continues moving further into Joey Armstrong's orbit emotionally, psychologically, and physically. The condo storyline proves that. At first, Vanessa seemed cautious about Joey's darker tendencies. She defended him emotionally while still maintaining some separation from his lifestyle. That separation is disappearing now. Moving personal belongings into Joey's condo symbolizes far more than romance. It represents Vanessa slowly accepting Joey's world as part of her own identity. And Joey encouraging that transition is significant too. The framed photo moment may have seemed sweet superficially, but it also revealed how emotionally attached Joey is becoming. He genuinely wants Vanessa integrated into his life permanently. That could become dangerous for both of them. Because Joey's world operates through leverage, secrets, intimidation, and favors. The deeper Vanessa sinks into that environment, the harder escaping becomes later. Anita, recognizing the danger, immediately was telling. She sees the warning signs clearly even if Vanessa refuses to. Smitty's investigation may destroy his marriage. Smitty believes he's helping uncover the truth about the plasma ring, but his obsession is starting to damage everything around him. Martin already feels increasingly isolated emotionally. The Senate campaign pressure is enormous. Joey's leverage looms constantly. And now Smitty's investigation is pulling him into escalating danger every day. The problem is that Smitty keeps prioritizing the story over emotional honesty with his family. Even when Martin expresses fear or frustration, Smitty often redirects focus back toward the investigation itself. That imbalance is becoming unsustainable. Especially because Joey now knows enough to start digging aggressively. If Joey uncovers Jacob's undercover identity accidentally, the consequences could become catastrophic instantly. And Martin may ultimately blame Smitty for placing everybody in danger. Grayson's situation is becoming nearly impossible. Grayson Perez might currently be the most doomed character in Fairmont Crest. Every direction leads toward disaster. If he obeys Leah, he risks prison or death. If he refuses Leah, he risks immediate retaliation. If he trusts Jacob fully, he risks exposure. If he hides from Ashley, he loses the only emotional support keeping him functional. And now his injuries are worsening while his stress level keeps escalating. The saddest part? Grayson never truly wanted this life. Unlike characters who actively enjoy manipulation or power, Grayson constantly looks exhausted, frightened, and trapped. He entered the plasma ring operation from desperation, not ambition. But desperation still destroys people. And the deeper he falls into Leah's control, the harder survival becomes. Ashley may desperately want to save him, but love alone might not be enough anymore. Fairmont Crest is headed toward explosion. Every major storyline inside Beyond the Gates suddenly feels interconnected now. Joey is uncovering the plasma ring investigation. Leah is escalating criminal operations. Bill is investigating suspicious financial activity. Mike Davis is attacking the Hamilton legal empire. Haley's lies are multiplying. Ashley is risking her career for Grayson. Smitty's investigation is spiraling. Martin's political future remains fragile. Vanessa is becoming emotionally tied to Joey permanently. Nobody feels stable anymore. And that's exactly why the current BTG momentum feels so dangerous. Every secret is beginning to overlap with another secret. Every lie is colliding with another lie. And once those collisions fully happen, Fairmont Crest may never recover from the fallout. Vernon's secret fear could destroy the Duprees. One of the most quietly devastating twists unfolding right now involves Vernon Dupree. Because suddenly, he's showing signs that something may be terribly wrong. Memory lapses, confusion, exhaustion. And instead of telling his family, Vernon secretly goes behind everyone's back asking for medical tests. That scene hit differently. Because for the first time, the strong patriarch looked vulnerable. Terrified. Human. And the fact that he demanded privacy says everything. He doesn't want Anita worrying about him while she fights cancer. But what if Vernon's condition becomes something serious? What if the Dupree family survives Anita's battle only to face another devastating medical crisis immediately afterward? And if Vernon starts declining mentally or physically, who steps up to hold this family together? Nicole? Danny? Because cracks are already forming everywhere. And the emotional pressure inside this family is reaching a breaking point. Haley's lies are getting bloodier. Now let's talk about the woman who may be headed straight toward complete disaster. Haley Hamilton. Because while Fairmont Crest worries about cancer, family, and emotional healing, Haley is quietly drowning in lies and possibly attempted murder. At this point, Haley's storyline feels like a ticking time bomb ready to explode. She manipulated Bill, lied repeatedly, faked emotions, continued secretly taking birth control, worked alongside Randy. And worst of all, she's allegedly poisoning Bill. That alone is horrifying. But things became even darker after Lynette mysteriously disappeared. Because the timing feels way too suspicious. Haley wanted Lynette gone. Randy promised to handle the situation. And then suddenly, Lynette vanishes. No goodbye. No warning. Gone. Then came the champagne scene. Haley literally pouring one out for Lynette while Randy sends fake texts from the missing woman's phone. That scene screamed cover up. And the scary part? Haley looked relieved. Not scared. Not guilty. Relieved. As if a major obstacle had finally been removed from her path. But soap fans know one thing for certain. Secrets never stay buried forever. Especially in Fairmont Crest. Because eventually somebody always talks. A body gets discovered. A phone gets traced. Or somebody overhears the wrong conversation. And Haley has been acting sloppy lately. Very sloppy. She keeps making suspicious phone calls in public. People keep overhearing things. Bill keeps noticing inconsistencies. Kat and Tomas are investigating. And Leslie herself is now openly warning Haley that Bill will eventually run back to Danny. That conversation may have rattled Haley more than she wants anyone to realize. Because underneath all her manipulation, there's fear. Real fear. Fear that no matter what she does, she'll never truly replace Danny. And if Bill starts connecting the dots, everything collapses. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.